Hey up everyone, so as I'm a journalist by trade, believe it or not, they now hire people like me to do your journalism, voice of the people and all that. But this week there's been lots of trending news, so I thought each weekend, if you like it, we could do some trending news stories and get you debating, because there's now, I love more than a good old debate. So one of the first, we've got a breakaway in his own room. How dare you?
What are you doing with
in
my
your
camera?
magic room. I was showing them, so I was going to talk about news because I've just been talking about the news on the radio.
Right.
And then I was going to show, or as Danny says, told wireless, because that's your kind of camera. So I'm actually sat in where we do our radio show, but also Danny's magic room and ironing room, because I've inspired Danny to iron my t-shirt, because I do not iron, I just hang things up.
You've not inspired me to iron it, love. It's creased and I don't know what.
Yeah, but I thought if
There's
I'd
no
hanged it
inspiration.
up crease, then you will
No,
do
because
it.
you will wear it like that. You will go out looking like you've just been screwed up. And we know you're all screwed up, but
Oh, it serves you right. And look, I've got him a special pink iron last Christmas to inspire him to iron our
so last
clothes, because I
Christmas,
don't iron.
That's what I got for Christmas. I unwrapped up. I had these big presents, and I'm thinking, wow, look at the size. I haven't had boxes this big since I was a kid. Opened it up, iron.
And a set
Iron
of pans.
and a set of pans. What did you do with them?
Cook and then burnt them.
Yeah, cook and burn them.
What do you expect me to do?
What
I'm doing.
What I love about Sophie, right, is like most people would have just swizzled around that. But when you put her on the spot and say, what do you do to them? She can't lie, just cook and burn them. I cooked with them.
Yeah, cooked posh stuff, which leads me on.
Stuff, what, beans on toast?
Yeah, which leads me on to one of the debate topics of the week.
Right.
Is a French chef was spotted eating foie gras on a train. So this is something we were talking about, wasn't it?
Yes, and I told the story of my grandma.
And you told the story. So what is acceptable to eat on public transport? Now, I do not agree with foie gras at all. It's illegal to be produced in UK. But it's not just that. I did admire the fact that he used his credit card to scoop it out to put it on a baguette. Because my mum used to do that. If we ever broke down or we didn't have a knife, she used a credit card.
But my grandma used to live in Spain, so she'd have like 2.5 hour flight from here to from like Leeds to Alicante or whatever, Manchester to Alicante, and she used to go to Barnsley Market and buy a fresh dressed crab. She'd have it in a bag for like 4 to 5 hours with like transport to the airport and waiting around and all. And she'd get on plane, she'd open it up. Oh my God, the whiff, mate! It used to go from seat 2 right up to seat 35.
I love it, in that confined space.
You know, in ventilation, you'd be sat there.
Yeah.
And I went to the toilet, and there's like some bloke at the back, and oh, the hell's got fish out?
See, I think I'm your nan reincarnated, because
No,
now
you're
he's just changed his nan,
No, you're not.
his crab-eating nan, for a vegan who does similar things, because I have sensory issues where if people have the wrong vibes or they're moving around near me or I can hear them, I can't concentrate on anything else other than that vibe. But when it comes to my own stuff, I literally eat healthy dinner and I'll put out a whole buffet on the train or bus or wherever. It doesn't matter what it is, veg, cucumbers.
My nan would have done you straight in.
Why?
Vegan, she'd have been like, get some meat down, you lass. Stop mucking about. So I think Summer was about 2 weeks old.
Your daughter.
And I looked round, now 14, looked round and she's got a prawn in her mouth. She's letting her suck on a prawn. It'd be good for her, didn't do us no harm. Yeah, she's 2 weeks old, she can't have that. She'll get runs and all sorts, and she's like, no, she won't. Immune system. Now she catches a cold every other day.
And it's all down to your prawn. And yeah, so I'd like to know what's the worst thing you've eaten on public transport. So I will eat anything. I have an issue randomly with people having fast food meaty stuff because it smells, but I'd never stop someone, because I know what I'm like with the whole like autistic traits, having to eat certain things, and also eating disorder traits where I don't want anyone to comment on my food. But what about you, Dan?
Well, when me and cameraman have been going out of London before, we've often ran to Macca D's and got Macca D's breakfast and then jumped on train. And I've done it before on a plane. I've done a Burger King on a plane before. Grabbed it, got on.
You're one of
Yeah,
those.
but you can see people, they're jealous. They're just
Yeah.
just like sat there with a crusty, dusty sandwich, or waiting for plane food, and I'm there with, you know, Big Mac or whatever. Like, you know, a box of 20 nuggets and some selects and a double cheeseburger.
Yeah. But that does remind me, because I was really embarrassed once because we did a
Well, what do you whip out of your bag?
hummus,
What
a
else?
cucumber, whole
She
cucumber,
walks
so I
around with
can
massive
just break it in
cucumbers in a
half.
bag. When I first met her, I'm thinking there was something else going on, if I'm honest.
Actually, I need some more cucumbers. I've got out the habit to shove them in my bag.
Yeah, no.
Go buy me some cucumbers, please.
They're off the fridge.
But yeah, so, and then with my girls, we did a charity walk for Leeds Children's Hospital charity Get Along the Canal. And that's somebody who Dan's raising money for with his new Christmas song, actually. And we did this charity walk down the canal. Everyone else had brought picnics. So he does this when he gets getting bored of me. Everyone else had bought picnics and like...
Did you hear that one?
No.
So I've just like gone on
So you weren't
Instagram.
even listening to me
No,
either.
I'm just going on my Instagram and I'm trying not to make any noise.
Yeah.
And then I scrolled past one of toddlers' things, and it happened to say, "I'm turned on," but he meant like in a music way.
Music way,
it just
toddler
sounded
tea.
wrong, yeah.
Toddler tea.
If you don't know what toddler tea
Producky.
is, he's producing my idea. No Christmas song out on the 1st December. Santa's from up north.
Yeah.
Just to get a plug in.
There, you got your plug.
Running your life.
And yeah, so basically, you've made me forget what I was saying.
Something
now.
about going to a river with a picnic.
Yeah, with a picnic,
So you
and
thought I wasn't listening.
yeah, there you are,
Bosh.
multitasking.
No, it's a thing.
And I had to stop at McDonald's because everyone else had brought all these like hampers, like, you know, wicker baskets and stuff. And so I stopped to get the kids a Happy Meal at McDonald's and shoved them in their bag. And then I realised their bag were one of those plastic see-through rucksacks. So I was so embarrassed because all these like better families and I were there, 2.4 children, and with a little wicker basket to set out their picnic. And then we were there with his Happy Meals. I didn't have anything. And yeah, that's when I do let the
I think
kids...
that's using your brain, because then they've got to carry back the wicker basket and all the plates and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. You just put your rubbish straight in the bin, you're off. You're climbing trees, mountains.
Yeah, that's what... I don't know why Bear Grylls doesn't have that in his
You
survival
should
guide.
take a Mackie D's, mate.
Yeah, true. And then finally, what does friendship mean to you?
Friendship.
Yeah.
Depends what kind of friendship it is.
Oh, well, I'm not talking about friends with benefits, love.
Well, you're my best mate. So I do have benefits. With you.
Child benefit.
No, well, friendship's everything, isn't it, really? Friendships, you know, people that you rely on, people that you can talk to, people that you can do fun things with, that kind of stuff.
Well, because a few of your legends have actually got different things out. So Kevin Sinfield and Rob Burrows have got With You Every Step, a book that they've written together on their friendship.
That is a proper friend. That's like bro code, that proper big, you know.
Yeah, bro code. Yeah, because he carried him across the Leeds Marathon line. And he was his captain, wasn't he, originally? Oh, I thought he carried him.
No, he helped him.
Helped him. Ah, I like that. But they've got a new book out. But also Harry Potter's stunt double, David Holmes, who was left paralysed after rehearsing for the Harry Potter series when he stood in for Daniel Radcliffe. And they've got a new documentary out as well, David Holmes, The Boy Who Lived. And again, their friendship's so lovely because they've kept like best of friends. They're like family. And I think that's so nice to see now, especially as men. Like, you've heard it in the past with women, but obviously men still have just as important relationships.
Yeah.
But people are getting a bit more open about it now.
Yeah. No, I said it. I went out last night with a mate of mine, Atif, and we just went out for a. I had some chicken pakora and chicken kebab, and it was nice. It was nice because, you know, it's a type of friend where they don't judge. We talk about each other's lives, not just one, you know. And obviously with me now, a lot of people, they just want to know what's going on in my life. So sometimes it's a bit like Groundhog Day, if you like. But no, we had a good time. We went out and we had a good chat, we had a good laugh. So it was fun. And sometimes that you need a bit of that in your life, I think, rather than people just sort of coming and prying into your life.
Yeah.
You just need people that are going to appreciate what you're doing and but also for you to know about, you know, get out of your bubble,
Yeah.
step into theirs. That's what friends are about. You share each other's ups and downs.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, like, I love chatting to people when, again, they're not just asking me questions, they're talking about themselves. But it's that balance, isn't it? You don't want them just talking about themselves, and you don't want them just asking you questions, because sometimes when they just ask you questions, you feel like, well, I'm bored of my life. I know what's happening in my world. I want to know what's happening in everyone else's world, which is why I watch the news every day. And our last topic we were discussing this week is, do you say thank you for presents? Should you force a child to say thank you for presents?
Yes.
Yes. We are.
Manners
Amen.
Manners cost nothing.
Yeah, that
I
is
think,
true.
And gratitude is something that I think we all need to just show back at chair if you want. So, thank you. See, not hard.
Thank you.
Now what about me?
Oh.
But it's not hard to show gratitude to people, especially if they've gone out of their way and bought you a gift, or, you know, just even got you a card, something like that, or even dropped you a message.
Yeah. And I think time, that's the most important
That's
commodity. That is the best gift, is
like
time.
I said, sometimes just spending time with somebody,
Yeah.
especially if they're a busy person and they've got to give up the time, spending that quality time with people. That's why I like Christmas so much, because Christmas tends to bring together your family
Yeah.
and your friends more than any other time. And
Definitely.
It's nice because it's so precious. It's not about all the shiny gifts.
Well, I'd love to know your thoughts on the news this week or anything that we've missed. We like a good old debate between us, and let us know if you'd like more of these. Anyway, have the most amazing weekend. We're putting up the Christmas decorations today. Woo woo! Yes,
go.
let's go. Peace, love, shimmies. See you soon, guys.
See you soon.